Training camp report time.
Training camp coverage powered by Classic Ford and Classic Chevy and Mentor.
Browns taking on the Philadelphia Eagles in preseason game number 2. We will get back to Quinshon Judkins and Isaiah Bond coming up here in a little bit. Also, Morgan Wallen's in town. And everybody's like, Ken, you excited? I go, guys, I don't know a single word he sings. I don't know a single song or word or any a lyric.
People.
Nothing. And people go, how is that possible? I go, guys, the current country music, I think I haven't been to a concert in years. The current country music singers I might go to see, Sturgill Simpson. A lot of people send me a lot of other ones that are really good too, but I mean, you'd go see him in clubs and things like that. I'd see Sturgill Simpson. Would he be like Rocket Arena? Could Sturgill Simpson do Rocket Arena?
I don't know if he'd be there yet.
Okay, so he's like more House of Blues, Agora?
Yeah.
Okay. And
might be a Blossom.
My wife, who has never liked country music, you know, she kind of likes.
Who's that?
She likes Luke Combs. And I'm kind of okay. I'm all right with Luke Combs.
He's a bigger fella.
It's a little. I wonder if that's kind of the thing. Kind of looks like you.
Yeah, he does.
Kind of looks like you.
Same kind of beard. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm going, oh, he's a bigger guy. Is there like a thing there? Maybe it is. But I also thought, I like some of Luke Combs. A little bit too much heartbreaky stuff for me, but whatever. But most of the country music stars I listen to, guys, I'm like, they're dead.
Guys for you.
Okay.
A guy named Zach Top, you should go listen.
Okay. I'll check that out. I like Culture Wall, the guy from Canada, like some of those ones.
Yeah, I'm ride or die Rascal Flatts.
Yeah,
Ohio boys.
Not as much with me. But most of the guys I listen to, with the exception of Hank Williams Jr., they're dead. Waylon Jennings is dead. Willie Nelson is dead. Johnny Cash definitely dead.
Even I know like 5
Charlie Daniels
Morgan
dead.
Wallen songs. That one of them was with Post Malone.
Yeah,
that got a lot of play in the Lima car thanks to the wife. So I've seen a lot of his walkouts, and every time, remember, he had Peyton Manning do the one when
Knoxville.
He was in Knoxville, Tennessee. That was pretty damn
Peyton
cool.
was in full volunteer
uniform.
Who Peyton Manning was?
Yes.
Go watch. You can YouTube best Morgan Wallen walkouts, and you'll see some good ones.
So he's doing 2 shows, right?
2. So
2 shows.
We're going to have
tomorrow
2 cast of characters potentially. You remember in Kansas City, and they talked a lot about it with Travis Kelce on that Taylor Swift podcast. They had
he is in full
Mahomes,
uniform.
Kelce, Chris Jones. They came out. So oftentimes it's sports.
I love a thing.
Yep.
Some celebrity, and
they play in that arena. It makes it easier.
Yeah. So who's it going to be over the next 2 days?
Well, the Browns are in Philly, so
I was told there would be one Brown in there on Saturday, but it's going to be tight. It's going to be
That's going to be a tight
back.
window. That game starts at 1.
Mm-hmm.
That game will probably end. It's a preseason game, so it probably ends before 4. In the air at 5.
Mm-hmm.
They move very quickly. That's going to be tight.
And do they go to Hopkins or Burke?
They go to Hopkins.
Okay.
Should be Hopkins.
That adds to the time.
It's a very big plane.
So hopefully no speeding on the way from there to the stadium, given recent events.
Okay.
Do you have any?
You want to hit that for me over there before we talk about these QBs?
No, I have a police report.
It was just MGK week. Do you think he's hanging around? Because I imagine Morgan Wallen would.
His city, right?
And then they would do a song together, wouldn't they?
Of course.
What would they sing?
The one where you dance with a mop.
Do we have to see Dillon Gabriel tomorrow?
I think so.
I think this is last chance, man.
Yeah. I think it's a huge opportunity, though. You say last chance.
I got to see it because, again,
what if he actually plays well? I know. Save your laughter.
I've only seen him a couple times, and really it's been no pads. No pads. And everybody who sees him doesn't have nice things to say. Elliott Shore Parks, WIP, they're Eagles. The Daryl Ryder of the sports radio WIP over there in Philadelphia. He was on with the guys in the afternoon. And I mean, he again, not very nice things to say about Dillon Gabriel.
I would not be putting stock in Dillon Gabriel as a future quarterback of this team if I were Browns fans. I thought he was probably better today than he was yesterday, but I'm skeptical after watching him for 2 days. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see Sanders practice. Obviously, he didn't practice the last 2 days, so I can't compare the two, but I would be pretty stunned if Sanders isn't considerably better than Dillon Gabriel. He's got to be the smallest quarterback I've ever seen on an NFL field. So, yeah, I think it's probably mostly the height is part of it, but I also thought yesterday his accuracy wasn't very good. I do think today he was better, but no, I don't think he is an NFL starting quarterback.
I said Willie Nelson was dead for whatever reason. Willie Nelson is definitely still alive. Elliott Short-Parks, that's him on Dillon Gabriel.
How tall is Willie Nelson?
Is he taller than Dillon Gabriel? He's still alive. Well, now you got height.
He's listed at 5'6".
Shorter than Dillon Gabriel.
Okay. All right.
Be taller in cleats.
Well, Willie Nelson in cowboy boots. He might be taller in cowboy boots.
He might not be taller, but he's definitely higher.
Who was a certain governor of a certain state in the South, maybe he would be taller. Coming in hot at 9:45.
That's right.
Elliott Short-Parks continues talking about Shador. And when Shador, we talked about this yesterday, talking to Jalen Hurts as the Browns won joint practice number 2 over the Eagles, according to Elliott Short-Parks. And here's what he said about Shador Sanders.
But Jalen is certainly somebody that lots of people have opinions on, whether he's top 10 quarterback, wherever he should rank in the league. It feels like he's always talked about. It is cool to see him become a guy that other young quarterbacks around the league are, looking to for advice or looking up to, however you want to put it. He said that, he will keep his conversation with Shador private, but, he's always there for Shador and he wants to help out the young quarterback. So, I don't know Shador, or I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but Shador is like, I don't know maybe as well as you guys do, but I think it's an awesome sign for him as a person that he reached out to Jalen after practice and asked for his advice. So I know there was a lot of discussion about him pre-draft and, where he should have gone. But that interaction to me, I think is a very promising sign.
50% of our audience loved that answer and 50% of it hate it. Just so you know that, because anytime we say Shador, 50% love it, 50% hate it.
Well, that's crazy because I think he's easily the best thing your team has going right now. If I was a Browns fan, I would put all my chips into him right now and pray that works out.
That's coming from somebody else outside of Cleveland, so you guys can't go ranting and raving at me. I totally agree with him. But Jalen Hurts is a guy who might be the most disrespected quarterback in the NFL. I can't even say he's top 5 just because he's won a Super Bowl. I can't say he's top 5. How many quarterbacks would you put him over to win you a football game on the final drive? You probably put 5, 6, 7 guys up there, maybe even more. He's definitely a top 10 to me, but I think Shador Sanders asking him for advice, talking ball with him, you couldn't find a better one. Tom Brady's Tom Brady. Tom Brady was undervalued, obviously, coming out of college. The story is legendary. But this guy, he's at the top, and people still question him. And I think for Shador, that's a great thing to say. But again, when it comes to Dillon Gabriel, guys, I got to see him tomorrow. I have to see him because I don't know if he's going to end up playing against the Rams. If Kenny Pickett's ready to go. Now, if Kenny Pickett's not ready to go, then it's Joe Flacco, and then how much do you play anybody else? So I got to see this guy because what scares me is that they might just hand him the number 2 spot. And I can't find anybody to say nice things about this guy during practice. Excuse me for something like this. I can't find anybody to say anything nice about this guy while he's throwing a football.
It seems like every day I'm waiting for him just to show some signs, right, that would lead you to forget third round.
Honestly, I check Twitter and I go, I want to see. I don't mean to cut you off on this, but it's like I'm waiting for somebody to go, this is Dillon Gabriel's day. Look at this day he's having today. And it's not happening.
0 times.
It's not happening.
It's actually amazing because there are plenty of terrible quarterbacks in the NFL that have good practices, right? That look really good, seem dialed in. And it's not like this dude can't throw a football. I've got plenty of evidence. I sent you yesterday, Kenny. I know it was a lot of one-read stuff in that shotgun offense of Oregon. But, the guy could throw the football. Like, there was no debate about that. Mm-hmm. You'd think there would be some days where, some days not a lot of pass rush. It's a lot of drills, especially in the red zone. Never. You haven't heard one good day from the dude, which is just staggering to me because, you'd think he'd look, maybe not a third rounder, but even fifth-round quarterbacks, Brock Purdy aside, even fifth-round quarterbacks have good moments.
Yeah, and I haven't got a chance to see it. So they've been on the road. They were on the road in Carolina for 1 practice. They've been on the road in Philadelphia for 2 practices. Now, I got to see Dillon Gabriel tomorrow. And if we don't get to see Dillon Gabriel, like, again, I think the trust for this franchise is at an all-time low while we've been on at least during this regime. I mean, I think there's been lower trust of the franchise, but with this regime, I think the trust is at an all-time low. I think a lot of people think, and not even considering what we were arguing about for the first hour of the show, I think a lot of people think that they know better than everybody else and they consistently do it wrong compared to everybody else. Like, I remember during a press conference, I think it was, it might have actually been with us when Andrew had said, they like to zig when everybody else zags. And that's a quote. And I'm thinking, man, maybe you should zag when everybody else is zagging because you're 3-14. Maybe that should be the way. And then they take Dillon Gabriel in the third round. It's a questionable pick in the third round. I know that there's been some reports to buoy it up over the last couple of days where, teams tried to trade for him. So it might have been a fourth round guy. So if you're really arguing between third and fourth round, I mean, that's really ticky-tack if you're going to do that for a quarterback. Okay, fair. But if he goes out there and he looks like he's not even a capable quarterback whatsoever in the NFL, like, I'm sorry, we got to skewer him on Monday. Because if you're going to put this guy number 2, like, this is your Waterloo if you're Kevin Stefanski or Andrew Berry or anybody here. Because if he ain't got it, you spent a third-round pick on this guy. We're doing Cody Kessler, Tastios, and generic cereal all over again. Except the problem is that generic cereal gets the job done. Generic cereal costs you less and fills you up. Dillon Gabriel, I don't know if he's going to do that. So I can't even compare him to generic cereal the way I did back in the day.
Now, I did have a question that pertains to all the quarterbacks after yesterday. Joe Flacco going up against the ones, having the success that he had yesterday, does that increase the depth between Joe Flacco and Shador and everybody else? Does that mean we're not, like, basically what Albert Breer's been saying all along? I think where we're at
right now, it's
like, do we have to tell people that Shador is not and Dillon Gabriel is not in the same stratosphere as Joe?
And I don't know, and because of Kenny's injury, I don't think Kenny is either. I think that the gap between Joe Flacco and everybody else has only grown over these last 2 weeks.
I think that's important for people to hear.
Yes, I think it's,
and maybe it doesn't matter because Shador, if he's not available and can't play, unfortunately, tomorrow, then that's just the reality that this is kind of a missed opportunity. It's not his fault. But there was big-time Shador momentum after that game, and rightfully so. You could not deny what you saw. You could say, okay, well, it's against these guys, and it's with these guys, and it's a preseason. Fine, that's all fine. You couldn't deny the talent. The talent was there on display for everybody. But now it feels like missed opportunity because he's not looking like he's going to play, and that just is going to put him back as they get ready for week 1. And now Flacco seems to be hitting his stride after a huge performance yesterday in that dual practice.